What's up everyone, this is CyberKnight 8610 and today I recorded some Master Duel. I was playing Labyrinth, which is probably one of the most broken decks I feel like on Master Duel right now, or I have a lot of fun with it. And yeah, I thought I would kind of commentate over some of the duels I did. At some point I would like to actually, commentate live as I'm playing, but normally I'm playing Master Duel as I edit, so it's a little tough to do that at the same time, right, And yeah, I mean, I've been playing in their new event lately, the Duelist Cup event, and having a lot of fun with that. And again, I'm mainly just using Labyrinth because this deck, I feel like not many people expect it, and I haven't really dueled against anyone else that's used Labyrinth, so it's been kind of weird. I mean, in this first duel, you'll see this is Shaddoll Invoked, which their setup is, whew, Winda and all that. I'm just like, ooh, that Winda is such an annoying card anyway out of that. I don't miss going against Shadolls as much as I used to, But their whole setup is very scary. They have her with Macabre, like I said, Winda, even having their Shaddoll face down, the one that destroys monsters. I mean, like, they have a really good setup here, and with my deck, I was like, well, it kind of worked out better that I didn't really do as much in one turn, I felt like. Normally, too, like, I activate the pot cards like Prosperity or Extravagance, and I expect them to get negated. It doesn't really matter for Labyrinth because your extra deck cards don't really matter. You're not usually bringing anything out. Most time in Labyrinth, you're doing like I just did right there. You'll maybe do something with a monster, bring it out. Normally with the Kashtira ones, you set up your back row, and good to go, and then you mainly, I feel like, do most of your stuff on your opponent's turn, really, like as I'm showing right here, getting everything set up and searching, and I have my traps that help destroy, and basically you just want to be annoying to your opponent is the best way to word it, to keep them from doing certain things. And my idea was, okay, I need to destroy certain monsters that could be a problem, and then I even got, I get my virus cards to help against certain decks too, to make it so they can't really do as much either. And the only things that really matter, honestly, out of the extra deck are like the Elder Entity and that kind of stuff, and I also use Garuda. But as you can see, I wasn't able to use it because it was banished. But with my Lady Labyrinth, I'm still able to get rid of Winda, because that's like the main thing I have to get rid of, because that thing is annoying. And then I'm trying to set up to, basically, you want to get your other Labyrinth trap into, Big Welcome Labyrinth, I guess I'll just say the full name. You want to go ahead and get it going and get it into the graveyard so you can use its second effect. And with these two, I usually, I try to get these two out on the field as quickly as possible. I want to get my green maid out there to help me, get whatever cards I need, search or whatever I could possibly need, and set up. I love this, by the way. They use Regeki, obviously they didn't read. Yeah, my main Labyrinth would not be destroyed by Regeki. Since I used the Devastation virus or whatever, or that virus card, it basically was me tributing it, but it would not have gotten rid of Silver Castle. So, yeah. A lot of people don't read that. Like, seriously. Read the cards. You have time. It's okay. It's okay to take a little time and read. We're fine. But basically, against this deck especially, I went ahead and used both of my virus, Devastation and all of that, to make it so, anything they could draw, I, cut him from, using spell cards. And then I also was, anything weaker, because, like with Shaddoll stuff, too, they have a lot of weaker monsters. So you can see, even Ash Blossom, for example, they don't get to keep that. So that's a really good setup for me, and even though they were banishing all my stuff, they actually had a pretty good card to use against me, by being able to banish stuff, it really wasn't that big of a deal. And being able to top deck Fenrir is so nice. Fenrir works in every deck anyway. And I also always like using Ice Dragon's Prison to take one of my opponent's monsters. I like usually going for Winda on that one, because mainly just so he doesn't have access to it. That's the main thing. And you can see too, I basically lock them down where they just can't do anything. They draw a spell or anything that's lower than 15 attack, it's instantly destroyed. So that's pretty mean. I don't usually like dueling that way, but that is a very mean setup, and you can pretty much secure your opponent. They are not doing anything. So yeah, that was the first duel on this. I ended up having a couple of different duels for you guys. This one was really fun. I've seen a lot of people using God cards lately, because God cards actually got some of their support finally. Like Obelisk and Raw and Slifer, they got all their support, I think, now. And for this, I wasn't sure what I was going against, obviously, so again, you just set everything and hope for the best. So I usually try to get my Silver Castle out there, get her, because, you know, again, she's hard to destroy. Get her second effect too. When a trap's activated, I get Searcher 1, boom. He brings out Obelisk, and I'm like, uh-oh. I think it's funny to wait for the back. See, I guess he could only really draw one card off of it. So basically, I'm thinking, all right, let's go on ahead, bring out the maid, and then that way I at least get to activate her effect. And then Compulse, I forgot. I'll actually admit, I was going to use Compulse to get rid of Obelisk, but I forgot, well, that doesn't work, obviously. But it works out in my favor, because it's kind of like a misplay that worked for me, because I was able to get my maid back. So she was so weak, that would have hurt pretty bad. So then I could switch them around, you have a defense monster, not take damage. So it actually worked pretty well for me. So that little bit of a misplay, I can say, oh yeah, all planned. It really wasn't, I'll admit it, okay? I'll be that way, and I'll just admit it. But yeah, I'm basically setting up my field more just to try to draw them in. At this point, since I have a Lava Golem, I'm hoping that he'll summon more monsters, really. So that was kind of my idea, but also, too, again, with the virus cards, I want to keep them from doing anything. And when you also have the field spell, you get the virus cards for free, because you instantly get to revive your Lady Labyrinth, your Silver Castle, whatever. So you basically just get to do it for free, which is just stupid, honestly. And then, yeah, I'm just setting up more defenses, getting rid of my weaker monsters. I was actually able to get rid of Obelisk on that one. I wasn't sure if that was going to work on there, but since it, you know, let me get rid of it, I was like, yes, please. But I still keep that Lava Golem just in case, because I'm like, hey, if somehow they summon a couple of God cards, it's a pain in the butt, I'm ready. I can sacrifice them, like, you know, Lava Golem's essentially a kaiju that gets rid of 2 monsters, you know? So, her oldest kaiju, really. So with this, I'm like setting up. I'm like, all right, let's bring out everything, and I love this part. I'm actually able to use Ice Dragon's Prison to then, come on, bring out their Obelisk. So now I have Obelisk, which is pretty hilarious. So yeah, they're trying to go for the whole Metal Reflect Slime and setting up for that. I go ahead and attack with Obelisk, and then I knew they were going to activate it soon. But yeah, with Big Welcome, I'm just going to return it to the hand. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy to tell what's about to happen there. You can just kind of keep your opponent from doing anything, and with all that damage, it's GG. But that duel was a lot of fun, especially being able to use their own Obelisk. I enjoyed that one. And then the last duel for this video, I just combined 3 basically together on this one. I forget exactly. Oh, I remember this one. This is kind of another one kind of similar to the Obelisk duel, I felt like. Because, again, Ice Dragon's Prison felt like the MVP, really, for this duel as well. Again, I love that trap card. But you can kind of tell, even from their mate on there, yeah, they were using Blue Eyes, but it was a pretty fun build. Like, it was, I feel like if I didn't have as many responses that I had, it could have gone bad for me, basically. So, you know, it was actually a pretty fun deck that they used on it, their build. I don't exactly know everything they were trying to do there, but yeah, I mean, they still get rid of some of my back row, and they were going for the fusion and everything. I can still get Silver Castle, and luckily, Ice Dragon's Prison is still around for me, so, and especially if you're sending a lot of cards to the graveyard, that's great, because I can take one of those dragons and get rid of it, and get rid of one of his, so. But yeah, there's nothing, I don't believe he could have attacked with that. I don't think that was a misplay. It could have been. I don't really remember. But yeah, with this, again, what I usually try to do with Labyrinth is I try to goat people into attacking. Like, come on, let's throw down, you know? So basically, I'm setting up and doing that, and then I'm, you know, Silver Castle, set up for going for Welcome Labyrinth, Big Welcome to help get my maid out there. And yeah, you can set up even more to basically get a free search, and Silver Castle comes back. I mean, that's your main combo. I'm usually going for the field spell with my maid, and that's why I have Welcome Labyrinth and setting up. But with these extra attacks, I mean, they do some pretty good damage. If they would have had just a little bit more, they probably could have gotten me there, honestly. But I'm still able to set up. I get the field spell. I have, you know, Welcome Labyrinth. I got Big Welcome now, too. I can destroy, and I'm just going for it, basically. You can set up your field so easily. And yeah, they did have Called by the Grave, which is pretty annoying. If they want to, you know, it's like, hey, Silver Castle no more. But then I was like, you know what? Kind of like against the Obelisk player, I want a Blue Eyes Ultimate. So, let's try it out. So, yeah, I basically do kind of the same thing on this, where I'm able to get another monster out and then set up, and yeah, you get that special summon, get your maid, search, doesn't matter at this point because obviously I have enough to win right there. So let me know if you guys want to see more content like this in the future. I'll probably do live recordings in the future too. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.